ready to get things going here in Cary. It's North Carolina FC and Detroit City FC for the first of two meetings this season. They'll meet again in early October. But here tonight, Devin, this is the 11 John Bradford rolls out. It was dramatic. It was down to the wire. It was a 90th minute equalizing goal for Detroit City. What do we have in store tonight? Away we go. Glad to have you with us on CBS Sports Network alongside Devin Kerr. Here's Conway. Conway over to Luis Perez. Good ball in from Perez. The header. Saldana watches it sail wide. Good first look there for North Carolina.
They are able to hit the release button. You go in the 50-50s, maintain your shape up high.
Maldonado is short from the corner, gets it back, team leader in assists, whips this one in. Settled, Perez goes for goal. Ends up underneath it. Swinging from Perez, the back stick, somersault. That would have been incredibly difficult if he pulled it off. He's got a wry smile on his face. Scanning the QR code now.
Did you line up your Christmas presents yet?
Figure out
what I wanted?
We're getting there. I think I know what you want.
Yeah. Vacation, they don't sell in that store. Let's be clear.
Well, the only vacation you have on the horizon, it's really more of a workcation, is when you get to travel for the final. And this is one of the possibilities right now. North Carolina sitting in third here in the East. Conway touches it along. Pedro Dolabella! One of the key newcomers of 2025 for North Carolina, doing it again!
Kept talking about transitions for this team. Yes, they sit deep and open it up, but when it comes their way, watch the high line of pressure through the midfield. Maldonado reciprocated by Bryce Washington. And then you've already got players, Joe, that are well high to be able to put real pressure on this back three. A mistake by Amu Mensah.
There would be no movement in the live table for either of these teams. North Carolina started the night in third. They'd still be in third. Detroit City started the night in sixth. They'd still be in sixth. North Carolina, I don't know that they're going to catch Charleston. They'd be 9 points behind them still. Here's Burner cutting in. Going for goal. Did it take a touch? It did not. Goal kick on the way. Really the name of the game right now for North Carolina is just making sure they keep their distance above Loudon. And it's a two-horse race at the top, and that two-horse race got a little bit more interesting last week when Louisville took it to Charleston. Dominant showing.
I have a feeling we'll be talking about Loudoun United and Ryan Martin at halftime, and some reinforcements that have been added to what was a very potent attack to start the season. What side of the conversation do they fall on? Of the hot and not? You be the judge.
Sheldon goes for a goal, pulls it just wide. He's been maybe the most active player in this first half of either side, for better or worse. Some moments where he didn't necessarily shroud himself in glory, other moments where he's looked dangerous like this.
Dolabella to control their movements. They lack a presence over there. So as they move to the right, it also limits ball distribution onto that front line. That's just about confidence for Villanueva. That's the run I'm talking about right there as he moves high. Well done.
Amu Mensah looking for Smith. Here's Darren Smith off the post. Oh, he can't buy one right now.
About the 1-2 combination on the far side of the field because of Alex Villanueva. Just talked about him. As he comes high, he inverts his run. It holds the far side of the field, and that's why you allow guys like Darren Smith, Joe, and then the advance.
Scoops it. Looking back post, Amu Mensah heads it clear. And there's the whistle to bring us to the end of this first. No, pardon me, that's an offside flag. That's the whistle to end this first half. It's North Carolina 1, Detroit City nothing. The first half where there were some positive moments on the Detroit City side, but by and large, which was score in the second half to pull a point from a loss on the road. Scored it late in stoppage time. We have late drama in store again. It's North Carolina 1, Detroit City nothing. Pardon me, they got Conway for the hold on the arm first. Physicality starting to ratchet up a few notches between these sides. It's the expectation now. A lot of these 6-point swing games in each conference down the stretch. You're going to feel it in the second half. Hernandez-Foster bending it, and that is a rather easy save in the end for Jake McGuire, who hasn't had much to contend with so far in this one. Just asked this North Carolina team last year. They seemed left for dead. They go on a run last 9 games of the season, so right around now, actually, is when it picked up. They went 6 wins, 3 losses over the final 9 games and snuck in the last spot. Chance here for Evan Conway to double the lead. Conway goes back to his right foot. Conway off the bar!
Pocket and put pressure. Good step by both Bryce Washington and Finn Strundstrom, 2v1, and what ends up happening is you use the aggression of Detroit City against them. They're trying to chase an equalizer, but that high line concedes space and the ability for Evan Conway in a one-on-one to go to work. In the first half, what they were trying to do was release Job a little bit more on the left-hand flank in the absence of a presence from Villanueva.
Montez Juve curling it back post just wide.
And instead, what you got was a lack of chance creation overall. As Alex Villanueva has come higher, he's moved into a more natural 10 role. The interesting change within all of this is the activity level you've gotten out of Ryan Williams. You've actually brought Kobe Hernandez-Foster much higher into the conversation, but he's been on the ball less. This change now puts an out-and-out 10 in front of what will be 2 sitting midfielders traditionally. That's going to make Summersall and Maldonado start to question where the focal point comes from, because their initial line of sight is going to be on Williams and Hernandez-Foster. That gives a lot more freedom for Cedeno to operate in front of that back 3, assuming Darren Smith and Montez Juve stay active and put pressure on that back line.
This is where part of the problem has been, though, this year for Detroit City, as far as lacking some of the depth to impact games. The 3 subs used so far by Danny Dicchio, bringing on Yamazaki, along with, as you just saw there, Jesse Cedeno and Ryan Williams. That's it for right now as far as guys he trusts that have been impactful. The other guys available on the bench haven't been there this year. Darren Smith, it's cut through. Smith! Finally! The drought ends for Darren Smith! His 8th on the year, his 1st since May 3rd, and we're level again!
He lost leadership with injuries and the transfer market in the offseason, but the most important thing you lost was control. You regain that with the addition of Michael Bryant at the center back position. We talked about his aggression. The first ball through to Kobe Hernandez.
North Carolina looking to go back on top. It's Conway. Still Conway. Deflects favorably for North Carolina in the midst of Saldana.
Mismatch in numbers right atop the 18. They will give you the gaps to play through.
Headed on by Adebayo Smith. Trying to flick it back post. Wire with it. Former youth national team player, the 24-year-old from Little Rock, Arkansas. Deflects it here. Can he make an instant impact? Roberts chipping it. Back post, the header saved by Saldana. That's a way to endear yourself to your new teammates. Winning the ball out of your press and then serving it up on a platter. Whistle currently in the mouth of our referee. He's just waiting to blow this dead. Once Saldana puts it into play. No need. He'll blow it now. Finishes 1-1 this evening in Cary. Probably a fair result for both. And what could be a playoff preview between North Carolina and Detroit City.
Once again, Detroit City took a little bit of time to really inject their personality within this match, conceding in the process. North Carolina FC